You are now listening to the sounds of Late Night with Nate and Adrian. I'm your boy, Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
Let's go. Shout out to the day ones. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. I kind of like those old rap intros. You
Yeah.
got another one. Damn, son, where'd you find this one?
Yeah, I remember. Man, it used to be a rolling joke listening to, remember, I feel like we talked about this, like Dat Piff, when they were
Yep.
like, when you go and download mixtapes and you just hear, right,
Datpiff.com.
datpiff.com.
Or it's DJ Who
Right.
Kid, DJ Clue.
And then at the end, all rights are not reserved. Like, you can sue us, my man's.
Oh, the worst one was Funk Flex because it'd be like every 5 seconds, bomb,
Oh
bomb,
my
bomb. Like,
god.
I can't even hear the
Funk
song,
flex, funk
brother.
flex, funk flex, funk flex.
It's crazy because I was trying to find one of those for the actual intro of the show, and it's
Oh
like, oh,
god.
you got to pay for these. So I was like, no, I'm
Yes.
just going to record my own Late Night with Nate and Adrian.
That's what
Bum,
we
bum,
did with a
bum.
lot of our transitions. We just recorded
Oh,
ourselves. So
okay,
I
that's
I
really
mean, why not? Like, you
that's
you
free.
know, we got enough technology to do it ourselves, so why not?
Sometimes it's just being lazy.
I
Plus, you
know.
just you just want that damn son cannon. You just you know what's
Oh
crazy?
god.
Who's the dude from Atlanta? Damn, the dude that that does all the TI stuff with the hat. Dang. He's got the deep voice. Oh, we got another one, son. Not
Oh, I
you know what I'm
don't.
talking about. He does the canon one. He does canon too, but it's like his voice does not sound like that when you hear him talk. I'm about to look it up right
I
now.
mean,
When you
that's a lot of producers. They have their own tag, like, that
It's
we
just the
we hear it all
weirdest
the
thing.
time.
Like when you hear them on the mic and stuff, and it's like, wait, that's how you sound? Like you sound like that? I'm about to find him right now because it,
What's
it
your
is
what's your favorite tag off of all these producers? Like, if Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you,
so
or
I
Mustard
do
on the
like
beat.
I do like DJ Drama. That's his name. I do because DJ
Oh,
Drama, he be coming in. "Hey, we got another one. I'm like, man, bro, you yelling like you. But when he
but
talks in
his
regular, it's like you sound like a banker. Like,
no, his voice is kind of raspy. It's just when he gets real animated. Holiday
yeah,
season.
that one. I do
Yeah.
like him. He's a good one. I do. The damn son, where'd you find this? That's
Oh
one of my
god.
favorite ones. Um, and it's not. I don't know if it's the producer, but like when you hear the lighter flick, I'm like, okay, this is Lil Wayne. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know, it's about to be a hard Lil Wayne beat. What about you?
I tell him. He'd
Which
be
one
like,
gets you going? Which one is it like? This is about to be a hit.
I mean, I do like, um who is that? Rico, turn the lights on. I like when Rico Love, turn the lights on. He always says turn the lights on. Yeah, I think it is Rico Love. And there's another one. The Dream,
Dream
I'm
has some
not
good ones.
really. Yeah,
Radio killer.
yeah. Eh, eh. He does that a lot.
I was
That's
like,
his
okay,
thing.
the Dream produced this one. Polo the Don has some good ones. Polo the
Yeah.
Don.
Yeah, Polo does have some good ones, but I know one that I dislike for real.
Which one?
DJ Khaled. I cannot.
We
Di-
the best.
I can't.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you're gonna hear me. If your
Right.
speakers aren't already knocking, they will be after I'm done yelling."
Oh my god. Your man be on every him and Diddy.
Oh,
Cause sometimes Diddy be doing too much too sometimes.
yeah. Diddy was definitely a too much with the.
Right. If you don't wanna be all up in your videos, right.
I was like, you know what? Let the producer have some. Puffy was like, no. He was like, you gonna know I did this.
Right.
Oh man, but how you doing, Bugs? How's the week been for you?
Week's been good, drinking my green tea.
Not
Um, right. My chlorophyll, getting all the
chloroform.
no, not chloroform. Oh, speaking of chloroform, this is not. This is just. It just. I've been watching a lot of like videos of people pre and post like anesthesia,
Okay.
and you know how people
One of the funniest
record them.
videos ever.
Oh my god. And it just reminded me of when I had my wisdom teeth pulled and my mom was just cackling up a storm
Oh
and
yeah.
recorded me, and she's not focusing on driving. She's cackling. She is
Oh.
laughing while she's driving and recording me. And I'm just like, well, like obviously she had to get me in and whatnot, but she was just laughing, crying, tears, and I'm just like, man, it be your own
Your own
family,
people. Your own
own
people.
people. But yeah,
You know,
it's been pretty funny listening and watching these clips.
have you watched the clips of like dogs coming out of anesthesia?
No, I haven't.
Those are hilarious. Dogs can't walk. They just be. It's like, oh, you be feeling so sad because they little howls. I'm like, you juiced up, my boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like they're
Uh,
so high. It's so funny.
yeah, there's this one video that's going around right now where this young black boy, he has locks, he's all prepped, and they're waiting for him to go down. And one of the nurses, Nurse Kathy, was like, uh yeah, we got some really good, resting medicine for you, and she was just naming what they put in the bag, and she was like, we got fentanyl, adversive, and he was like, fit, and he stood right on up. He was like, that on my watch, and she was like, no, 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 the good fentanyl.
This is the
He's like,
recommended
right.
dosage.
He was like fit. He he was about to come out of that anesthesia
Oh.
so fast. She was like, "You're fine. You're okay." And his mom was just right there recording, laughing. I'm like, this a blimp?"
But at least he had enough sense to be like, hold on.
He said, he said, "Not on my watch. You're
I ain't
not
gonna
about
go.
to." He said, "You're not about to take me down. Not over here."
It's crazy that we've all been so scared of fentanyl now. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey, ho.
Maybe I don't need this surgery.
Boy, why are we our
Oh,
own? We're our own doctors, we're our own lawyers. Boy,
oh
we be WebMD and pay attention to all the Twitters, all the socials talking about it. It's just, man, you got to be aware because
man, you gotta be aware of what drugs you're putting in your body these days.
absolutely, yeah,
My man was like, well, you know what's gonna happen? As soon as he gets out, he was like, yeah, man, try to put me on that stuff. But I was like, nah, I'm not that guy. Like, it's
not
just
over
like,
here. But yeah,
oh,
that's pretty much what I've been doing this week. Just filling myself with, feel good video clips
positive
and whatnot.
vibes,
Yeah, absolutely. How your week
a
been? How you
peace
feeling?
piece. It's been cool. It's really been cool. I've been on the quest to stop snoring.
Huh?
Yeah, you heard me right. I've been on the quest to stop snoring. And sometimes I've been told that I snore
Do you
a
sleep on
lot.
your back?
I sleep all over, and that's the
Ah,
problem.
got it.
Um, I'm more so a side sleeper, but sometimes if I am on my back, it's like it's the worst. It might be like a little lawn mower or some sort. It's like I
Yeah,
could be like a bear, a
yeah.
lovable bear that just snores a lot sometimes. So it's
Mhm.
like size, not so much stomach, not so much at all. So I decided to, let's be proactive
Sure.
about this. Obviously been working out because that's kind of helping a little bit. But I feel like the harder I work out, the more tired I am, which if I'm really tired, it's Snore City. So I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's go out here and let's try to combat this. So I went and I got some of those little strip things. Not going
Yeah.
to shout the company out because they don't sponsor the pod. And no
Yeah,
free shout outs over here.
we've all seen those.
But I got the little strips. I'll make sure I got the sensitive skin so I don't break out and everything. And I have to report back that at least on day one and or two, minimal snores. There've been
Oh, okay.
a couple. So it was like, okay, let's kind of try to figure this out. Position it correctly, and maybe we can just eliminate them all together. So I will report back as to the progress. I've been catching up on my shows, been catching up on the Snowfalls and the Power Book 2 and all those good things. I went to the movies because I like to go to the movies.
Mhm.
Saw the Mario movie, and
Oh,
at
yeah.
first I was like, "Why the hell are there so many goddamn kids here?" And I was like, "I know it's a children's movie, but I
Yeah.
went at a semi early time. I'm like, y'all shouldn't be here right now, And then I remembered, I was like, "Oh, it's Good Friday," so I was like, "Okay, that makes sense." I don't have kids, so I didn't realize that they don't go to school on Good Friday, So I'm like, okay, cool. That's why there's a lot of kids in here. Overall, I gotta give it like a 4.5 black thumb rating. It
Oh,
was very
okay.
funny. It
Okay.
was a lot of comedy in there that obviously the kids will not get this, but I was like, it was a very funny movie. I was
Mm,
in there laughing a nice portion of the movie. So go see it. If you're
nice.
into the cartoons and that sort of thing. But that kind of wrapped me up. It was a pretty solid week. Outside
Nice.
of that.
I think I'll wait, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into waiting for it to come, there's nothing wrong watching the movie in the crib. Comfort of your own home. But it was very funny. I was shocked. I was just like, oh, there's gonna be a second one. There's 2 end scenes, so make sure you stay. They're doing the Marvel thing, of adding end scenes. So stay, don't leave. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. 4 out of
Nice.
5 black thumbs.
Okay.
Bugs. I got a grinding of the gears.
All right. Well, tell us.
Grinds my gears.
This one bothered me because I forgot to actually do this last week. But my niece, because I'm the Funkle, my niece had a little birthday shindig, a little party, you know,
Hmm.
turned 14 years old. I'm like, oh, this is great moment and everything. Invited all her little friends and everything, to come out to the Zap Zone, gonna have some fun at the laser tag. You know what happened, Bugs?
Mm.
Only one young lady showed up. Broke everybody's heart. One young lady showed up. What made the situation that much worse is the young ladies that were invited decided not to show up to my niece's party at the Zap Zone. They went to a whole nother Zap Zone to have their own little shindig, own little laser tag party. And I'm like, this is crazy. They put it on Facebook.
Mm.
That's how people found out about it. I was like, wow, I can't call them, I can't call them the B word. They're little girls. I can't call them little biatches, but I can say weatches, because that's what they are. I'm like, like, why would you do this? I was like, this was so terrible to be like, yeah, we're gonna come and then not come, and you go to a whole nother Zap Zone.
This was intentional.
Yeah, this was intentional. So I was on my phone, I had my little text fingers. I was like, who can I hit up? Who has some little cousins that can go and beat up these little girls for me? I was like, excuse me. I was like, you're not about to hurt my niece like this. I was like, who can I find? Who can I pay? Whose little cousins, little nieces have like 2 strikes? Who's just like you got 2 strikes? Are you willing to lose a strike? From a little niece, because it just broke my heart. I was like, why do something like that? And I was just like, you know what? I don't blame the little girls. I do blame them, but I blame their parents. That's who I want to see. I want to see the parents, not the moms so
Hmm.
much. I want to see their daddies. Let me talk to the daddies real quick. You owe Bella an apology because that's some lame stuff. They're 14 years old. I'm like, is this when the mean girl stuff starts at 14? But it grinded my gears. So I was like, you know what? It just kind of hurt. It just kind of hurt. So I'm like, you know what? Just be better people. Be better people. I know they're 14. They got a lot of time to do better. But come on, let's not do this. Let's not say we're going to show up to something and then not show up and then go to another Zap Zone.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Man, I was a different breed at 14. On my 14-year-old, my 14th birthday, I got my second ears pierced, my second hole
Okay.
pierced, and my family took me out to eat, and they was like, "You don't want to have no birthday party?" No, I don't want no party at no 14.
He was like, I
I
don't
got
like these
balloon,
kids.
I got balloons from my school friends, and then I had a handful of actual friends that I considered friends, and I think it was like 2 girls and 5 dudes, and we just hung out, and that was it. Like, it wasn't even a party. Like, I'm not about to I just don't like setting myself up for failure because it is so stressful trying to do a party at any age because
It really is.
there's so much stuff you got to do and to take into consideration. So, but yeah, birthday parties not for me. Now, if somebody throws me a surprise birthday party and I ain't got to do the work, go right ahead.
Oh yeah,
But
I
other
love
than that,
those.
yeah, other than that, I don't expect nobody to celebrate my birthday unless I specifically invite them to whatever function that I want to do. That's it.
No, I agree with that. It's just like, dang, at 14, I'm like, y'all doing this at 14. And I was just like, y'all were stupid enough to put it on Facebook as well. So I'm just like, ugh. I was like, please don't be friends with these
Yeah.
little girls
Yeah.
anymore. But shout out to the aunties and everything, because you know they took Bella out to the mall the next day because
Oh,
they had to keep a slumber party because you can't have a slumber party with one little girl there. So it's just
yeah.
like we're gonna make sure we take care of you the next day at the mall. And it's just like, you know
Yeah.
what? If I could find some little girls though, if I could find some little girls in some ski masks, I got you, Bella. I got you. I got you. You ain't gonna know. They're gonna come to school one day like, dang, what happened? You got beat
Uh,
up. And you're like, oh no, some little girl just jumped us. And you're
you
like,
gotta
okay.
no, you gotta go the smart route. Go high when they go low.
Jokes. These are just jokes. I'm not sending out any little hitters. Okay.
You an idiot.
Oh, Boogie.
Yes, sir.
You know what time it is.
I'm tipping my hat.
It's time to tip the hat to people who are doing great things in the communities. Boogie, who you got?
My tipping goes out to the LSU Tigers. All right, for winning the NCAA tournament. Shout out to Angel Reese.
Yes.
She has a record of 34 double doubles in a single season. Shout out to her. And
Yes.
just shout out to LSU team as a whole, their composure with all the, the mess and
Yeah.
that went along with it. This week, I'm sure everybody done heard, had an opinion,
Boy, have we.
right, about a lot of things. Boy, it was just it was a gang of stuff. Boy, it felt like every
Yeah.
day there was something they were talking about. So, just shout out to Angel again for also understanding, like, Jill in the White House, they had to rescind, and just make sure they cleared up the whole Jill Biden um situation. And she was woman enough to be like, well, because they rescinded it, I will be attending the White House with my team because that's what teammates do. And that's just growth right there. That's just maturity.
Yeah.
And I appreciate how she's been very vocal about how
Yeah, I love it.
unapologetic she's been, and she's doing it with such grace, man. So shout out to her. So
No, I love it. Jill Biden looked at them tweets after she said that. She was like,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
right.
they
Hey,
was
oh,
he was lighting her up, rightfully so. I don't know, man. It irritated me to my core, and she's definitely way more mature than I am. Because even after the rescinding of this, I'm still I'm not going. The team can go if they want to go, but I'm not going because that makes no sense. Like I don't want a backhanded apology
Yeah,
because you don't do this for anyone. And I'm glad that she spoke up. She's standing in her blackness. I'm glad Dawn Staley spoke up when they had their media session after they
absolutely.
lost to Iowa, which believe it, I did watch the game and I was very tight. I was very tight when they lost to Iowa because they shouldn't have lost. There were a lot of calls in that game
Yeah,
that went towards Iowa's favor. I'm not saying that Caitlin is not. She's a phenomenal player. She's
yeah,
a great player. I'm not going to never not say that. But there was a push during that Final Four to get Iowa to the final game. We all
yeah,
saw it. It was in the media.
yeah.
And believe it or not, there would have been a better game between LSU and South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Would have been so much better game because LSU dog walked them. He just blew them out the gym. And I'm glad she did the Tony Yayo, not the John Cena. I'm glad she did the Tony Yayo right in front of the entire world. So
Yeah,
it's what
she
it is.
did. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. So
Yep. You know, I
no
think
upsets.
everyone in the world that would be of the Black diaspora knew what was going to
Yeah,
happen in that game. We all knew what was going to happen. It was just like, all right, y'all can play y'all Taylor Swift if y'all want to. And the only thing about the thing with, because there's a lot of people who was like, well, she only had 15 points. And I was like, it's a team sport. You guys realize that, right? It's not about
yep,
going out here and scoring the most points. Caitlin scored 30 points and she still lost. You know, this entire season, she had 62% of her team's points and assists. So anyone who knows sports will be able to look at that stat and be able to be like, she had no help.
yeah,
She was the whole team. So miss me with the BS. Get
yeah.
out of here.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Who you got for your tipping?
This is a dope tip-in to me. It was a Florida mother who spent her life savings on her daughter's breast cancer treatments, won $2 million in the lottery. Talk about a blessing.
God did. God did. God did.
You know, I love the God did. It says Geraldine Gimlet from Lakeland, Florida, stopped by a local gas station to purchase a scratch off, but was told by the clerk that they were all out of tickets at the first gas station. It says what? At first, the gas station clerk thought there were no tickets left, but I asked him to double check because I like crossword games the best. Gimlet said at a press release following her win. It turns out the clerk was able to find one bonus cash word scratch off card, which she ended up buying for $10. And to her surprise, it was a winning ticket of over $2 million. Gimlet, alongside with her daughter and granddaughter, wasted no time heading to the Florida Lottery jackpot in Tallahassee to claim the jackpot of $1.64 million after taking the lump sum payment.
That's not bad.
Talk about a blessing. That is a huge blessing. She's already in Florida where a lot of old folks go to retire, so she's already ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, shout out to her. And I don't know, like that's so cool. Like I be wondering, like, God be knowing. I'm like, God, when are you gonna know to let me get a blessing like that? Because I sometimes will, do some scratch offs. Never have I won, $2 million. I'm just waiting for my blessing. Like, hey God, I see what you do for others.
Yeah,
because
that's what God's doing. He's like, all right, like he's going down the checklist. Did that. All right, help that person. Help
Snake's
that person.
turn. I feel like maybe. Look, okay, hear me out here, Boogie. I feel like if you have a certain number of calamities that happen to you, that should like move you. That should like spring you up a little bit higher as far as like prayer requests. She spent her last savings on her daughter's breast cancer
Chemo.
treatments. So that's two things: life savings. Daughter's going through breast cancer. She got a granddaughter, so maybe she put some on her tuition. So let's just say there's like three things that Geraldine did here. So God was like, "I got the winning ticket for you." Boom.
She's a good one because I would have just let that shit rack the hell up. I'd have been like, "You not getting this money from me, buddy."
Wait, you talk about God or your daughter?
No, I'm talking about No, I'm talking about the breast cancer treatments. Like, when did
Oh, you want to pay for
they
it?
ever? Yeah, my whole thing is doctor's visits. They will let it rack up, and they will keep
Oh, I
charging
get what
you.
you mean.
That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
you just want to pay the bill.
Yeah, I just wouldn't have
Oh,
paid the
okay.
bill. I'd have been like, "Yeah, we getting these
Collections.
treatments. Yeah, we getting we getting these treatments out, right?" But I bet you you ain't gonna see no penny, not a penny from me.
Insurance.
Right.
I wonder if it's a calculated risk, like depending on how old you are, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna put these in my name. So I'm like 80 years old, only got but so much time left. You're not gonna get
Well,
this money. I wonder if it's like that. But I'm very happy. Kudos to
yeah,
LSU and
absolutely.
Geraldine and her daughter and granddaughter. Tip my
Absolutely.
hat to them. Boogie, let's pay some bills, and we will be right back with news you can or can't
Yep.
use. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just over here polishing up my black watch. A lot of y'all know I'm an avid collector of watches. I got at least 9 of them things in my collection, and the one that I get the most compliments on has got to be my black watch. I gotta tell y'all, black watches, they have really put a lot of time and detail into their product. I gotta tell you, from the watch face all the way down to the band made of genuine leather. I know it's genuine, but I like seeing genuine. They really have outdone themselves. So fellas, ladies, if you're looking to upgrade your watch style, definitely check out the good folks over there at Black Watches. They black owned. You know you want to support a black owned watch company. And because, they rocking with the podcast, they, hooked you guys up with a promo code. That's right, a promo code. They give you 20% off of your order when you head over to blackwatches.com. That's right, blackwatches.com, BLAK watches.com, and make sure you use that promo code Late Night WNA. Come on, support the Black Watches. Now back to the podcast. All right, first up for news you can or can't use. This is one of those stories where we're starting to see more of this happening to people. So the man who was critically injured in the Dulles Town Central Mall claimed that he was shooting a prank video for his YouTube channel, Classified Goons, when he was shot. Tanner Cook, who is 21 years old, was shot in the stomach and liver by Alan Coley, a 31-year-old resident of Leesburg, during a fight that broke out in the mall's food court. Coley has been charged with aggravated malicious wounding, use of a firearm in the commission of a felony, and discharging a firearm within a building. Cook's friend recorded the incident, which is now part of evidence. Cook spoke to WUSA 9 from his hospital bed after ongoing surgery and said that he was playing a practical joke that Coley did not take well. Despite what led to the shooting, Cook's father said it is completely unnecessary for his son to have been shot. What makes the story even funnier or sad to some is that his father is now getting messages saying that his son deserved it. It says here, Jeremy Cook, the father of Tanner Cook, again, the father of the son's page, is Classified Goons, told the Insider that he's received private messages on Facebook from people saying that his son deserved to be shot, as well as a barrage of hateful comments. Said, my son is in the hospital from being shot, and we're getting all this hate mail, he said. The elder Cook provided screenshots of the private messages he and his family members have received in the aftermath of the shooting, one which included threatening language. The message said, your son deserved to be shot because he was harassing and assaulting others in public. Your son is not a victim. Your son effed around and found out. There's millions of us out there. You don't want to mess with us, this person said. Says Cook also says he's received 24 comments suggesting that his son deserved to be shot on Facebook. And so the post asked the friends and family to pray for his son, who is currently recovering in the hospital from surgery, having to remove his gallbladder. One of those comments said, sounds like it was self-defense and he got what he deserved. He might not be so lucky next time. Yeah, The elder Cook said he agrees that the prank videos could be viewed by some as a form of harassment, but added that his son is ultimately a good kid who wasn't trying to hurt anyone. He also said that he struggled to understand how people could justify shooting someone over a prank that went wrong. What say you, Boogie? If
What was the
a
prank?
YouTuber, they didn't tell us that. They didn't. I would like to know that prank too. I honestly want to know what was the prank that did get you shot. That should be a video. It should be like, hey, here's what not to do to avoid, getting shot on pranks. Something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But Boogie, what say you? If you're in a situation, what would you do? You're getting pranked in public, getting pranked in the airport. So you're getting pranked when you're getting mani-pedi. What would you do?
I think I've shared this story on here in some earlier episodes, but I was involved in a prank,
Oh,
and yeah, and they thought I was gonna go along with it, but especially when it comes to Wahites,
oh yeah.
if it's a joke and it's on my behalf, yeah, you're not gonna get a reaction out of me, buddy. Like that's just not what's happening.
About to
And
get these
then after
hands.
no hands. What happened was I just went into my my stoic straight face, or as a number of people would say, your what is it called? The
Bitch face.
resting
Oh, that
bitch
one resting.
face. Resting bitch face. And after the prank was over, they asked me if I would want to get paid to have it filmed and aired. And I said, "No, just give me my money and I'll go."
So did they give you the
I
money?
Yeah, they were gonna pay me
Okay.
regardless, but they were just like, "Hey, would you like to sign a release form?" I'm like, "No, I'm okay.
They were so
I
bad.
I
This
I'm
was
okay. Thanks." Yeah, thanks. So here's the thing. Pranks, I'm not a huge fan of pranks, and
nah.
I I feel like pranks is always teetering the line of violence because you don't know
Yeah.
who you are pranking and what their reaction is going to be. You hope it's
Agreed.
funny, you hope it's innocent and light, but generally speaking,
Yeah.
that is a gamble that I do not want to take.
It really is a gamble, especially in certain states that have you can carry these carry laws. You ain't gotta have a
Yeah,
permit. It's like,
yeah,
bro, if you in Texas, Tennessee, Florida,
yeah,
Georgia, you playing a dangerous game.
yeah,
Like you really are. I feel like there needs to be some laws enacted to protect people from the YouTubers because it's like, bro, you're getting content off of making me look stupid.
yep,
So it's like, look, dude, if you get your ass whooped for coming out here trying to make me look stupid, you get what you deserve, bro.
yep.
I'm not saying it should lead to anyone getting shot. I'm not
Not
gonna
at
say
all.
that.
No, no, no.
But if someone cusses you out or if someone wants to get the fisticuffs going,
Yeah,
then I mean, that's on you. You took that upon yourself. It's like, bro, what happened to just like pranking your mom and dad, like those types of things? Why do you have to go out here and prank outside people? You know who I blame? I blame Bam Margera, all them white dudes who were on what is it, Jackass and
jackass.
all them shows that we were growing up watching when we were in high school and college. Those were the people who started this, but they were still pranking their friends. They weren't pranking outside people. These YouTubers are just pranking everyone. I was reading a story where there were two YouTubers who wore masks and had like fake guns going in to try to do a bank robbery. Like they're not even using common sense anymore when they're doing these things. There was a black YouTuber. He called the police. He was like, "Oh, there's Coke in the car," and it was actually Coke, like a Coca-Cola. And I'm like, you're wasting people's time. You're playing a dangerous game. If you get locked up, if you get your ass whooped by someone, that's your fault. And I don't think anyone should go to jail because they're protecting themselves. Because, and again, I'm not saying it's okay to shoot anyone, But if the prank was this bad to where people are like this was a self-defense thing, what did you do to that dude to make him shoot you, bro? Like we got to look at it from. I'm not saying like I know his parents. Your family's always going to have your back, no matter how stupid you are. But it's like let's be real here. Like for that many people to send you hate mail, that's a lot of people who are like, yo, cut the BS. People out here just on a weekend trying to spend what a little bit of hard-earned money they got, just trying to relax. You out here messing with people. Cut it out. Cut it out.
I mean, people will find out, and they will continue to find out what happens when you try and prank. And these are the results right here.
What's crazy is Mr. Classified Goon said when he gets out the hospital, he gonna keep doing pranks. So I was like, bro, you've already got off kind of easy here. You're gonna really mess around, and you might not walk away from this next incident. You might not, but I think they definitely gotta put some laws in place to protect the regular people from the YouTubers, because you just don't know these days. People are so crazy, you don't know. So if somebody walks up on you doing something, I will hope your first instinct is not bam, but
Yeah.
you just don't know.
But everyone should be on some type of high alert, especially during these times. Like you don't allow anybody to just walk up on you just regular degler. Like that's not even a thing.
I think it's funny when homie was like, "It's millions of us out here. You won't get all of us." It's like, whoa, guy. I was like, okay, you enjoyed him getting shot. How many times have you been pranked? Because it's like it's millions of us out here. You'll never be able to take us all. Like, all right, guys, we're not going to war right now.
You're trying to prove a point.
He really was. I was just like, all right. I do get, again, your son is not the victim here. He literally is. You were messing with people. You're not the victim. You know. I'm interested to see how this all plays out. I want to circle back on the story and let's see, does homie get off? The certified goons still out here gooning? Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z. I'm interested. Anyways, Bugs, let's get to this next ad.
Hey y'all, we're going to take a quick pause from this episode to tell you about our next sponsor, Rose Vogue Styling. Let Rose Vogue Styling help you change the way you see yourself. Their mission is to empower you to build your confidence and look fly while doing it. They offer personal styling, shopping, and closet auditing. They need to come to my closet because it's a hot ass mess, okay? They also have an online boutique store full of pieces that will give your outfit life and have you looking right. Pieces like earrings, that's what I have on now, right here, necklaces, purses, rings, just to name a few, okay? Right now, our subscribers, our listeners, our watchers, you can get 20% off when you use the code LATE NIGHT, okay? LATENITE. Go on over to their IG. It's Rose Vogue Styling, at Rose Vogue Styling. Easy. Everybody knows that, okay? Let Rose Vogue Styling style you for your next event, or simply just help you enhance the pieces that you already have in your closet. Wow. Style is a choice. Upgrade yours with Rose Vogue Styling. Again, you can get 20% off if you use our code LATE NIGHT, okay? LATENITE. Support a black business, okay? Support us. When you support them, you're supporting us, okay? Now let's get back to the show.
Topic number 2. Donald Glover says Tina Fey reportedly told him that he was a diversity hire. It says Donald Glover revealed that Tina Fey reported to him he was hired as one of the writers on 30 Rock because of NBC's diversity initiative. Glover landed his first writing job on the show in 2006 when he was 23. According to The Independent, NBC introduced its diversity initiative, which allowed shows to add black writers to the writers' room without impacting the budget. In an interview with GQ, the Swarm creator said he was applying for the same writing job with Kenya Burris, and Tina Fey told him he was a diversity hire. It was a diversity thing. There's no animosity between us or anything like that, but she said it to herself. The last two people who were fighting for the job were me and Kenya Burris. I didn't know it was between me and him until later. Um, this is one of those things. I mean, we know about diversity hires.
Yeah.
This is not a new practice anywhere,
Yep.
honestly.
Yep.
It's kind of weird hearing about this because it was at Second City. You know, you've spent some time at Second City, and this was
Mhm.
kind of a rumor that was floating around there about Tina Fey. You know, especially with 30 Rock, one of my favorite shows. Slowly pulled back from saying that as we have heard about some of the things about the backstage dwelling before this story, but
Yeah.
about the backstage happenings on that line and that show. But a lot of people are saying that about Tina Fey and some of the people on there, and there were some diversity hires. I've heard this several times about Donald Glover. I never put two and two together because I have submitted for the NBC divert. I never put that correlation together. Like, dang, y'all really didn't have any niggas in the writers' rooms, and y'all had to create a whole type of
Program.
campaign
Yep.
program to get black people in there, Mexicans, other people of color in these writers' rooms. I wholeheartedly believe him. What say you?
I mean, this isn't surprising, just like what you said, this
No,
is
not
not a new concept whatsoever. Um, it just goes to show now that we're living in a time where people are trying to be more transparent and more honest and not hold in a lot of the societal norms or what we thought was regular business
yeah,
like happenings. This a lot of the attitudes, the the difficulties with people, the very opinionated and almost outspoken, bold uh views of certain people, like because they either m- created a show, was talented in whatever way they felt like they could, get away with everything, just
literally.
yeah, it's the abuse of power, like
Yeah,
I I feel like regardless of where you are in life, if you've done dirty
it's
at
gonna come
some
back.
point, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. I'm sorry. As much as you try to bury it, it will see the light in
You
some
know
way.
what? Some of this is, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Some of this is, like you said, the abuse of power. These people think that the lowly writers will never ever come out the writers' room. They think you're never going to ascend to be anything
Yeah,
bigger than what you were.
yeah. Than what we
And
give you, than what we allow you to have.
I feel like some of that, because if I'm not mistaken, I feel like he was like 16 or 7. He was very young when he was in that
Oh,
writer's room. If I'm not mistaken, he might have still been in high school or just graduated high school. I think he was one of the youngest writers to ever get in there. So that rubs some people the wrong way.
of
It's like,
course.
I gotta let you in here because you're black, but you're also a young black man, which we usually they're like, all right, you're in your mid 30s when you get into a writer's room. Now
Yeah.
we're starting to see that change where it's young people, which is a great thing because it's different
Yeah.
perspectives.
Absolutely.
But I can see where some of the animosity might have came from her. And people prop Tina Fey up because let's be real. Her work is phenomenal.
She's
She's
a
had some
talented
classics.
she's a talented writer, comedic actress, improviser. She is a sketch
Sketch,
writer. She's very talented, but that still doesn't allow you to treat people
any
or
kind of way.
speak to people any kind of way. That's it. Like you can be a talented person
Yeah.
and we can love your work and you can still be an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. And um that's what she is. And you know how, because a lot of people, I was, I shouldn't go in the comments, but I was looking at some of the comments. People do, I don't believe him. That quote seems like he's holding something against her. And I was like, look, man, he even said some things about Chevy Chase. And there have been so many rumors
Oh
about
yeah.
Chevy Chase being
Oh
racist
yeah.
on Community. And I'm like, I believe the brother here. Okay. I believe him. He's 2 for 2. He's 2 for 2 on calling people out with their racism. But even if he wasn't 2 for 2, I'm more inclined to believe a black person who's like, yeah, I'm more inclined to believe you because we deal with it on a regular basis. So I'm like, yeah, yep, he's 100%
Yeah,
right.
they
Like, come on.
just recently decided Tina Fey as NBC. What was it during the the height of COVID
Yeah.
and the BLM movement? Tina Fey asked NBC to remove certain episodes from 30 Rock, where I to
The
this
blackface
day,
episode. Call it
right
what
to
it is.
right to this day, I remember watching it and getting very cringy,
Oh yeah.
being very cringy. Like, how is this still acceptable?
Ooh, it was. And when I say this, because there was a run where I watched, I was like just 30 Rock, 30 Rock. I was just like, I had to
Oh
catch
yeah,
up on it.
I do that. Yeah, I do that a lot.
And I feel like Tracy Morgan's character and the dude, who's the dude that was like the cheesy, he was the blonde guy, but he would wear the coat, like the NBC, like the elevator guy almost. I forget his name, but the skinny white dude that was like that guy.
Yeah.
Him. Those two characters for me made the show the most. Tina Fey was like, you're just here. And Alec Baldwin, his character was great too. But it was just like that blackface episode. I was just like, ooh, glad this is towards the end. I'm falling off of you anyway. So I'm like, I'm glad this is towards the end because it was
Yeah.
just very bad. And like you're saying, I'm like, bro, why are we still creating stuff to where we even have to do this? And one, I'm glad NBC took it down, but it just shows the layers of racism over here. I was like, so was Donald Glover? Because apparently he was the only black person in the room. Was he off that day? Was he off this entire week? When did he move on? Like, what was going on? Because I'm just like, I don't want to say you see a script like that or you see blackface in there and you don't speak up, but we know you speak up and you're outvoted because it's a numbers game. You're the only black person in the
yeah.
room, so it's just like, it's going. And we
Yeah.
see it went up. So I'm just like, you trash.
I
Tina Fey.
just
You big
yeah,
trash.
I just want I hope she like legits learn from this because I feel like you can definitely evolve as a person. I would hope so. And you grow from the dumb stuff that you've said in your younger years, because we've all said dumb stuff, but it's just, did you learn from this? Do you feel the same? Do you have something to say? Or maybe she doesn't respond. Maybe she has a conversation with Donald Glover. It kind of boggles my mind. I think it's fascinating that Kenya Burris was like hated
That's funny.
Donald Glover for the longest. But we
why he
also
hated him.
but
Got
we
the
also
job
have to
over.
remember, right? We also have to remember, like, we're fighting for scraps, right?
Literally.
And we're blaming each other for not getting said scrap, said
He's
crumb.
blaming the other black person for getting the
Yeah.
job because he was a diversity hire. Like,
Right.
like, come on, bro. If you want to
Yeah.
blame anyone, blame Tina Fey. You know what this was though? Kenya Burris was like, God damn it, I gotta wait another 15 years to put out Blackish. That's what it was. That's what it was. He was just upset about that. That's what it
Yeah.
was. I gotta wait for all these issues to come out another 15, 20 years,
Ugh.
Tina Fey was like, we don't have any interracial content on this show, so you cannot work here, Kenya Burris. We're gonna give it to Donald. That's what it was.
Ugh.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. But I don't. This is why people ask me questions. I always like to ask who's in the room, even when I do comedy shows and stuff. If it's all bros, I'm not doing your show. If it's not a fair amount of black women, black men on there, or people of color, I'm not doing your show. Not a fair amount of just women, I'm not doing your show. Because it's just like it the only way we're gonna stop this is if we as the artists and creatives, we are the people who are like, no, we're not taking this anymore. Even when it comes to any shows that I create, I'm not writing in the tone or the voice of a white person. Can I? Yes, I can, because I have been around white people a majority of my life, but majority of my scripts and things are black centered because this is what I want to put
This is
out.
your life. It's
And
yeah, it's your experience.
my writers' rooms, hopefully, when I can get something going, I want them to be majority Black people. That's just what's going to be in there. I want my show to be a bliggity Black show. There might be one white person in there just from a white perspective, but it's mostly going to be Black people because that's what we put out, Black content. So it's just, I feel bad that he had to go through that.
Yeah.
And it kind of seems like it's a little irritating with him because it seems like it has followed him. You went from writing on an NBC show to now starring on an NBC show. It's just like racism here. And obviously you can't escape it, but it's just like for some, I don't know. It's just weird to see that he still had to keep going through that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. But Boogie.
Yes, sir.
Folks be out here tripping.
Yes,
It's time for y'all niggas is tripping. Who you got, Boogie? Who's tripping this week for you?
Oh, great question. My you niggas is tripping has got to go to this young man who decides to propose on the Dodger Stadium field. Let me find this man's name. Ricardo Juarez of Riverside, California, went to the Dodgers opening day game on Thursday against the Arizona Diamondbacks with his girlfriend, Stephanie Ramona Gutierrez, at the time. Girlfriend at the time. But his thought was that he would ask from where he was sitting. And then he said, I don't know that the cameras maybe would look this way or not. So he decided to improvise. And I'm going to show said
boy did
image. I'm going to show
improvisation.
Yeah. Oh God, this is just.
I mean, if you're gonna propose, you gotta do it big.
And there we go. Wow.
It was funny on so many levels because I'm like, if
Wow.
you've ever been to a baseball game, like them out, it's kind of high. So
Yeah.
you jumped on the field. It's like then you ran out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah. This was during the 7th inning stretch. He decides to get on the field from his seat, and he sprinted to one spot, did it real quick, got on one knee, and proposed to her. And all you see from the side is this one security guy go in and tackle him like I've never seen a tackle before.
That was a solid tackle. That man played college football. He was waiting for his moment. And
I know, ladies and gentlemen, you wanted to know whether or not she said yes. She indeed said yes after he was tackled and arrested and probably fined for it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said, yeah, they share a 1-year-old together. And I'm just like, my man, you could have just proposed where you were sitting, but you want to go all out. So you want to go all out? Guess what? Now everybody knows. Now everybody knows you the guy that got tackled, that got plotted. Boy,
man.
You was just, yeah, I feel bad for his back, for that ring. I hope that ring, I hope they gave it to him.
Did you see he was trying to hold on to it? That ring was going. He was where'd it go?
Yeah, that ring was out of here, my mans. But yeah, come on, we got to stop doing this, yo. Stop it.
She said, "I do." Right after she said, "Get off my man, free him."
Right.
It's like,
let him go. Oh my God.
There's so many things he could have just been. Hey, boo, look at the jumbo screen. Will you marry me? He could
want to pay for that.
It could have been. He paid for the tickets, and now you got to pay. You got to pay the court. You got to fine. Yeah. You still coming out some bread.
He's getting fined.
This was one of those. Was it like, do you tell your lady when you about? Is it like, hey, watch this, or you just go and everyone in the crowd is like, look, someone's on the field, and she's that's my boo. Like I want to know what was the thought before this. Like does
He
he
had no
really?
thoughts. That's what he said. He said his initial thought was he wanted to propose right there in them seats, but he obviously was close enough to
Yeah,
get down on the field. So you already paid an arm and a leg on
yeah.
the
Them outfield seats
opener,
are expensive.
and then you decide to take your rabbit ass down on the field. Come on now.
This is a grand opening, grand closing
Closing.
type of deal. And this is this one of those ones where it's kind of like you have to say yes because it's like, oh, he really loves me, or is it like you a dumbass? I'm gonna say yes right now, but then I'm not gonna ever marry you behind closed doors because you stupid. Like
Yeah, I would
what
have
is
been
this?
like,
I don't know this man.
I would have went to go get some refreshments or something. I'd have been like, what if she was like, all right, you
Oh,
know
that
what?
would be so funny.
She's like, I'll be back.
But what? She at the concession stand. She in the bathroom. And look, what did I miss? Where's my man at?
Right.
It's
Some
like,
dummy got on the field and tried to propose to his girl.
she wasn't even there. You know what? I feel like security guards like this is gonna be the day. Ooh, I feel it in my blood. I'm gonna lay someone out today. I wonder if they really get themselves amped up. Like maybe this is the day.
Security
About to lay
guard did a
someone out.
Superman to tackle this
Oh, he
man.
did. That man did a 4-5. He was like, I'm
Yeah.
out here. He was making sure. He said, oh, the Rams is out here. 49ers is out here. Someone
Yeah.
gonna give me a 10-day contract.
That
Like,
security guard said, you, and went after that man. Okay.
what was even funny is the crowd was cheering, and then right when the security guard connected, we all was like, boo!
Oh. Life's over.
Oh, this is one of those moments where if I'm because there was 2 security guards. One security guard was like, you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna come in so hot. Maybe I'm gonna let him get his proposal off. Brother was like, nope.
Not on my watch. You done
He was
fucked
like, I
up
can't
today.
hit people in general. So the one time I do get to, inflict some violence, you getting everything. It was a textbook tackle. Oh man.
God. Yeah. Who do you got for your niggas is tripping?
My y'all niggas is tripping is going to none other than Daniel Caesar. He finally decided to apologize after telling the black community to stop being mean to white people during his 2019 rant. And to that, I just want to say, shut the hell up. Daniel, just be quiet, bro. Just be quiet. You put this out there. Stay in that lane. Stay where you are at. I can't speak for all the black folks, but as for my black ass, I don't ever have to support you, bruv. I just think it's kind of funny that when brothers, you go out here and you say some stupid shit against black people, and then when you drop an album or whatever, you want to apologize. So, oh, we can buy your album. And I know it's folks out here who didn't cancel you, who are still out there buying it. Good for them. But it's like, come on, bro. Stop playing in our faces. You can't be those. This is where I get irritated, where it's like, we're too goddamn forgiving. We are. And it's like, bro, you can't be out here saying we being mean to a whole group of people. I know it's not everyone, but you can't be saying don't be mean to white people. When has anyone ever said don't be mean to the black people? Has anyone ever said why do we keep doing these things? Why do we keep attacking a group of people who, for the most part, want to mind their own business and want to have nothing to do with you? Why? But then you want to get on your platform because you know what it was? This was a person who, at the height of the BLM and everything was going on, you tried to play to the mainstream. You tried to play to the white folks who were like, if I go out here and say, don't attack white people, these white people are going to support me and they're going to push me up to mainstream success, which apparently has not happened because his career has not really done a whole lot since he said that. Now you want to come back to the bliggity blacks. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, we have to forgive. We have to let people come back into the fold. And to that, I want to say, did you do that for Chrisette Michele? Because she is still out here. And last time I checked, the albums ain't moving. She's not really doing a whole lot of anything. she caught a whole lot of strays for a situation that we all get what she was trying to do. She was
Mhm.
trying to bridge the gap with her music, which
Mhm.
her music isn't quite strong enough to do that.
Mhm.
But we've not forgiven her. You pick and choose who you want to forgive on these things. And I think we all can agree that she caught some strays that she did not deserve. So it's like, come on, man, stop it. If you're gonna do this to her, do it to him too. I'm not gonna invite you back in because you got a solid album. I didn't listen to it, but that's what people are saying.
I I think this is very tricky because you talk about like we're too forgiving, but when do we forgive? And when is it okay to forgive? I'm not saying we should forgive him. I'm just asking
It's a
that
valid question.
question. And it, the timing is a little odd. Yes, I agree. He has a new project out, and maybe he's doing a press junket where he is on his apology tour, where he feels like, yes, in order for me to get back in good graces with my people, I need to apologize, and I'm going to apologize and also pull out some new music because right now it 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 might be a good time to do both at the
Let me
same time.
apologize and hit you with the bops.
Yeah, at the same time. Um, I don't really have an opinion on Daniel Caesar. I only had maybe like one song that I liked with him, and that was with her. But I don't listen to his music enough to have an opinion on him. I hope he does learn or have learned from his mistakes about saying that because I agree with you on trying to be nice to white people and let white people be let them be like
Yeah.
at some point I'm like, bruh, how about just live your life? How about just live your life? You don't have to comment on every single thing.
I agree. And I think what he misses, and which I don't know how you misses as because he's not from the States or whatever, but
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like we're not saying go out here, I go out of your way to be mean to white people. That's
no.
not what people are saying. This is literally you're getting the same dose of the medicine that you've been dosing out
Yeah,
to us for
spewing
centuries.
out. Yeah.
That's all. You're just getting back what you're reaping what you sowed. That's literally what it is. No one is out here going out, hey, cracker. Most of us ain't doing that. That's not what we're doing. But if you bring drama and you bring BS to us, we will correct it. And that's what a lot of people are doing. It's like, I'm not standing for the mistreatment and disrespect anymore. It's like, look,
That's it.
you're just getting it. And for you to get up here and be like, don't be mean to white people, like, bro, shut up. Shut up. I think it would be a lot easier to accept the apology if it wasn't 3 whole years later. So it's
Yeah.
like that's where I'm talking again. It's
Maybe he
calculated.
needed the time.
You know,
Maybe he needed that time. Maybe he needed that time to really sit in and
Boogie, 3
understand.
years is a long time though. That's a
Yeah,
long time to sit in it.
yeah.
But you're right. You're right. You know, you're right. You're right. But it is what it is, brother. Sit in it. Sometimes we gotta let people hold the L. If you waited 3 years for this apology, we'll wait 3 more years. Let's just, I like even numbers. Let's get to 6, 6 years, then come
That's
out.
too
Let's
long.
get
No,
back to
that's too damn long.
well, the amount of time that Chrisette Michelle sits out here on ice, that should be the amount of time he sits on ice. That's what it should
Okay.
be. Whenever we welcome
Come
her
out
back
with a
into the
hit,
fold,
Chrisette. Come out with a hit.
I don't even think it was that. I think let's not act like she ain't had no bobs. You go at Macy's and you hear her on Macy's on the
Yes, yes,
rotation.
yes.
So I
Yes,
think
yes,
it's
yes.
just I think she just got caught up in the Trump what she was trying to do, she thought was something good. And we've just been holding her. People have done way worse, and we just let them back in. We don't got to go through a laundry list of names, but there are people who've done way worse than both of them. But I'm not about to let someone you want to chastise. Oh, you're being mean to the way. Get out of here, bro. That's just me. That's just me. Just me. Just me. Again, as I said, there's no transitions on this episode, so let's get to the final ad.
I cannot stand you.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? A lot of y'all hit me up like, Nate, you super chill. You super laid back all the time. Brother, you gotta be on something. Well, y'all are right. I'm off them chummies edibles, and y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a smoker. I don't really mess with the eddies like that, because let's be real, a lot of them are hit or miss. There's either no juice or you're feeling like a zombie. The good folks over there at Chummies, well, they out here trying to change the edible game. And I gotta tell you, they got some phenomenal products. They sent me over some of their traditional edibles, and man, them things are hitting. But they don't only got edibles. They got juice. They got your gummies. They got your chocolate bars. Whatever you like, they got it. Y'all, do me a favor. Go over to their Instagram page. It's Chummies_edibles. And get yourself some good stuff. And when you're out there, filling up your cart, make sure you use that promo code 21Chummy. That's right. They rocking with the podcast, and because they rocking with us, they rocking with y'all. So they're going to take care of y'all by giving y'all 10% off of your first order. So again, use that promo code 21Chummy to get 10% off your edibles. All right, y'all, let's get back to the podcast.
It's the final topic. It's the final topic.
I'm so serious about getting a keytar. When the budget comes in, y'all gonna know.
Oh,
That's how y'all gonna know this
gosh.
podcast is leveled up. Be like, oh, they got money. They's got the keytar. The final topic, it says the plastic surgery industry is booming as 1.3 million men in America are getting BBLs, lipo, and ab implants. According to an exclusive report by the Daily Mail, many men in America have also been trying to achieve the perfect body with the help of cosmetic surgery. Figures from the American Society of Plastic Surgeons suggested or found that 1.3 million men in the U.S. have been going under the knife each year for cosmetic procedures, including lipo, nose jobs, breast reductions, and even the popular Brazilian butt lift. Dr. Nicholas Jones, MD, FACS, a plastic surgeon at the Nip and Tuck Plastic Surgery Center in Atlanta, spoke with the Daily Mail and said that he most commonly sees men come in for lipo, BBLs, as well as treatment for overdevelopment of breast tissue. He said when it comes to the liposuction specifically, men are more likely to get high definition liposuction. Dr. Jones added, at one point, I would say it was frowned upon for men to have surgery, but now it's more accessible and people have been showing their bodies off more on social media. Excuse me. He went on to say that due to the decreasing stigmas, men feel more competent and willing to undergo these procedures. Still a no for me. I'm not knocking those gents, but I want to get my 2 abs the old-fashioned way. And I told you, Boogie, I'm up to, I feel like 2.5 are popping in. I feel like, by give myself 2 summers. 2 summers from now, I might have 6 abs. I'm gonna give myself 2025. Summer 2025, I might have 2 abs. We saw that Drake allegedly had some work done. Bandman Kevo admitted that he had some work done. So Boogie, you okay with the fellas going with the knife?
No, I don't have a problem with it. I think the issue is just don't overdo it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look natural. It's supposed to look like, hey, that man just so happened to be working out and his body is looking great. Not damn, what did you do to your body? I think those are the best descriptions of where your procedure should lie. Like, you want to be like, oh, okay, I see you. Hey, all right. That you're looking good. Shout out to all the men that are finally feeling comfortable enough to want to be like, hey, yo, I don't like my calves. Let me and I've been working on these calves for years on end. I want some calf replacements. You know, I want some calf implants. You know, that's a real thing. People do
It
that.
is.
Yeah.
It is. It's and let's be clear. I'm not body shaming anyone because there's some people you legit need it. Like if you've lost a lot of weight, sometimes you
Yeah.
do need to have some stuff nipped and tucked
Yeah.
in there. I remember, I don't know if you remember, it was like a True Life episode, like when they were first talking about plastic surgery. It was a dude that got calf implants because
Yeah.
he was a bodybuilder and the calves were the one area that he could not get juiced up. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm taking juice, he's like, I can't get no muscle. So he actually went to get
Yep.
calf implants, had them taken out because they were very painful. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, you know, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta to make yourself a happy. My thing is this:
Yeah.
if I'm already going to endure some type of pain, I'm just gonna endure the pain in the gym. I've had surgery before. I've had 2 knee surgeries and a wrist surgery. It is very painful. Very
Mhm.
painful. So I can't imagine the stretching and the pulling on putting abs in or taking your titties down. I can't imagine how painful that is. I would just rather be up in the gym, you know. But
Pain is beauty.
I get that some people you're not going to get it in the gym. You're not. So I mean, hey, you know, it is what it is. You know, are these guys telling people? Because I remember I seen Bandman Kevo. He was talking about his, and he was like, "You gotta still work out. You gotta
Yeah.
still do it. So you can't get this surgery done and you don't work out. Like that defeats the purpose if you get abs put in and you go right back to being fat. So
Yeah.
it's like, I wonder, are these people knowing that they got to keep this up? Because if you don't
Maintain it.
get it done,
Yeah.
just to jumpstart you, and it's like, okay, I need a little jump start. I'm gonna keep this up. But if you get the surgery done just to go back to being fat, that was just like a waste.
Defeats the purpose. Yeah, waste of money all day. So, you know, shout out to men. I mean, I feel like a lot of men have been doing it for a long time. It's just now become
Yeah,
more
not telling them.
popularized. Uh, and I'm just ready for us to stop talking about men aesthetics in general because I feel like we started initially with men hair transplants, ED. Like I feel like we've done and we're trying to alleviate all of these things that men have so many issues with, but we still fighting over birth control. Right.
Some of this stuff, like with the dudes getting the plugs put in, there's people who are dying for
Yeah.
that. Like I was like, bruh, I'm bald. I got the right shape head for it. I'm just gonna rock out this baldness. God
Yeah.
didn't see it fit for me to be wavy for all my life, and that's cool. I have my wavy face, but I'm not about to get on no table to potentially
I'm about to
risk
take
death
no hair off my butt and put it on top of my head.
because it the booty plugs look so weird on these dudes. It's like
Yeah.
you could have took hair from some other. It's like it's too curly. It's
Yeah.
like, bro,
Yeah.
it doesn't match. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, and if I'm on a flight and I see a bunch of dudes on there on their knees on this flight, I'm sorry, I'm about to laugh at y'all because it's just like even with the ladies who are on the
Yeah.
flights when they
Yeah.
get their Brazilian butt list, I'm laughing at y'all internally. I'm not just gonna walk by and be like,
Yeah.
nigga
Yeah.
got a Brazilian butt lift, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like, okay, even it goes even further than that because they got like the dick lifts for dudes now. So,
Yeah.
so it's like you going in getting the BDL. It's just like there's just some things where I'm just like, I don't know. No, if God didn't see fit to bless you with it and you don't want to work out, you're just not gonna have it. You're not gonna have it. You're not gonna have it.
Respect.
Or this way, I respect the people who most so are like, yeah, I did it. It is what it is. The people that I hate are the ones who go and have these surgeries and make
Lie.
you think that they are working out. And
Yeah.
I hate those people. Just be
Yeah.
honest. Everybody's doing it.
Let's just
Everybody's
be
doing it.
honest.
But I want to be that dude. If I ever were to lose a little bit of weight and get really cut up, I'm like, no, nigga, this is all me. I was in the gym 5 days a week eating bullshit, fucking chicken and broccoli and
God.
potatoes. I want to be that dude. So y'all be like, oh, okay, Nate, you was in there working damn straight. I was eating protein for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and sometimes dessert. I want y'all to see it because when that shit happens, Believe me, every award show, I was like, oh, Nate with another see-through shirt on. Yeah,
Yeah.
damn right. Because all the work I had to do to get here, and I didn't pay for it, so
Okay.
just me. That is just yeah, boy. Well, if you guys have been listening to this podcast from episode 1 to whenever we stop doing it, we're bringing back Nothing Blunt Facts. This is a segment where we hit you with a blunt fact that might be like, damn, that was very blunt, or a fact you might be like, wow, these folks were high when they found this fact. So welcome to Nothing Blunt Facts. Let's get to it, Boogie. This week's Nothing Blunt Facts is, ducks are outgoing social animals who feel most at ease when they're in a larger group of other ducks. So with that being said, just mess with the people that mess with you. Be more like the ducks.
Hey.
See how I did that?
Yeah, I see what you did there. Okay.
Nothing Blunt Facts. Do what you
Duck
will
with me.
with that duck facts. Duck
Right.
with your boy. Duck with us.
Yes.
And on that note, I got nothing else for y'all. We just ended on, ended on a nice little fact. Duck
I
with
love
us. Duck with your boy. Duck with us. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. We appreciate you. Boogie, what you got for the day ones?
Day ones, as always, go ahead and smash that bell notification if you haven't done it already, so you can get all of our content as soon as it drops. And remember to tell a friend that this is your favorite podcast.
And on that note, I'm your boy Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
And you have been listening to the sounds of Late Night with Nate and Adrian. Damn, son.
Bye, y'all.